Backroads and Beyond Radio. Good evening to you.
Hey everybody, I'm Dale Mann and Aaron Ladd. We are back with you on Backroads and Beyond Radio with another live interview of an artist, this time from across the Sabine River. And you know, we're not going to hold that against him.
No, we're not going to do that.
But we've got some good news for you first about our apps, Aaron.
Yes, indeed. The Backroads and Beyond Radio Android app is now available. Matter of fact, just downloaded it on my phone just a few moments ago.
That's right. So we're live and well with Backroads and Beyond.
We got the iTunes app.
iTunes.
We got the Android app.
Exactly.
Man, we just hooked up app-wise all the way around.
And we are happy to welcome as our guest on Backroads and Beyond, Mr. Curtis Brawley. Curtis, how you doing, man?
I'm fantastic, gentlemen. How are you?
Oh, it just couldn't be better. Curtis, tell us a little bit about Curtis Brawley. Where's he from?
Oh my goodness, that's a loaded question.
Here we go.
Well,
We've only got 30 minutes, so make it short.
Sit back, hold on tight. I'm from the Houston, Texas area. I grew up in a suburb on the northeast side called Humble, Texas. My buddy David Kirsch is from the same area. We grew up together in the same area, and we're a little bit of rivals back in the 90s when he was hitting it strong. I grew up in a family, man, where country music especially, was just played in the house every single day. Couldn't get enough of it. And my mom, I was always walking around the house singing. My mom said, "You got to get out there and sing some more." So she took me to church, and I was in the adult choir when I was about 5, 6 years old. So
5 years.
yeah, I mean, you picture these 40 adults up there in their choir robes and one little 5-year-old kid standing up there with them singing away, and I loved every minute of it. I've been addicted and had music in my blood from a young age.
Well, and being from Texas, being from the Houston area, if you don't have a cowboy hat and boots and sing country music, then you ain't with it. You need to move.
That's right.
And you got a brand new album.
I sure do. We've got a brand new one coming out at the end of this month. It's titled All About the Ride. And I loved that title because it has been one heck of a ride.
Just happen to have a copy that you brought in
Look
here
at
to
that,
us.
brand new shiny copy right off the press.
Now it'll be released, you said,
The end of this
month.
Now, Curtis, let me ask you this. Getting back to how you got into country music, I understand you got into it, then you got out, and then you got back into it again. What were you doing when you were out of it?
Well, as most people in the music business know, it doesn't always work out the way you planned. So when I got out of it, I became a police officer, went to police academy, became a police officer up in the Montgomery County area, north of Houston, did that for several years. Then I went and got my paramedic's license, was a paramedic, and then I did paramedic and police officer side by side for quite some time, and always had that itch, man, I'm just never going to be satisfied unless I'm doing music, and I tried to stay out of it so I could make some money for a change. And finally I said, you know what, I just got to give this a shot again. So I did.
And when you said you were a paramedic too, we've got a friend of ours, Jamie Bergeron, that's an entertainer here, and he works for Acadian Ambulance Service too.
Oh, yeah?
He's an EMT, and he has jumped down off the stage many times when one of his people that's watching his show has a heart attack or something like that, and actually jump down there and save their lives and jump back on stage and entertain some more.
Now, that's an entertainer right there.
Has that happened to you?
That has not happened to me. But if that does happen, I'll be glad to jump down and help somebody.
You can do it, yeah. That is wonderful. Talking about the new album coming out this year, you guys are, how was we lucky enough to get you to come do this radio show?
Well, we have a mutual friend. It's Randy Boudreaux.
Absolutely.
I used to work in country radio back in the mid-90s, and I got into country radio just trying to learn every facet I could of the music industry. And the program director there, I was trying to get him to hear my music when I worked there, and he said, you got a really good voice, but you need some good material. Because the songs I had at the time, he just didn't think were good enough. He's like, but I know a guy I need to hook you up with. His name's Randy. He's up in Nashville. So he set us up, and I went up there and did some demo work for Randy, and he got me a couple of songs that I got to record and go out, and he let me push those a little bit. And so that's kind of, and here we are many years later, and Randy caught wind that I was on the road doing music again. He gave me a shout, and he said, "Hey, guess what? We got a radio station. You should come and talk to us."
Absolutely. Well, we're glad to have you.